Hi everybody, it's Jennifer McCreath, September 30th, 2025. Today is the 5th annual Truth and Reconciliation Day here in Canada. And I want to read some excerpts from a local article on VOCM Radio's website here in St. John's, Newfoundland. Widespread disengagement on Truth and Reconciliation Day, according to a new study. Today is National Truth and Reconciliation Day, a time allotted for people to reflect on the harm done to Indigenous peoples. But a new study from Narrative Research shows many Canadians have no plans to do just that. More than 7 out of 10 in the poll said they had no plans to attend an event, seek education, programming, or reading, volunteer, or participate in activities. Today is not a stat holiday for some provinces. And some businesses in Newfoundland and Labrador have decided to stay open. 44% of people say businesses should be closed today. 32% say shopping should stay open. The majority of working people who responded says their workplace is open. Support for a mandatory holiday is more prevalent among those aged 54 and younger compared to those 55 or older. Okay. A lot to unpack there. First of all, I don't like it when other minority groups try to encroach on my turf and my territory. That is, being a trans activist. I know there's some overlap now. The term two-spirited individual has been around for a long time, and there's definitely some crossover between the LGBT community and the Indigenous community. At the same time, I'm not Indigenous, so I don't want to step on toes. But I did want to turn the camera on and say, although I do have some physical issues, I can't come out and march in events or parades or protests. I will do some reading. And I'll continue to talk to people about this and try to engage people in the conversation. At the same time, and I'm guilty of this, being an activist, sometimes you can be too angry and mad and loud. And that's not always the best way to engage people and get them wanting to communicate and cooperate with you. I've spoken in the past, and I'll reiterate, I don't think it's necessarily fair to pass judgment on people who lived 300 to 500 years ago, nor do I think it's appropriate for people who are alive today right now to have to shoulder the responsibility or accountability for things people did 300 years ago. At the same time, let's study our past, learn from the mistakes that were made, and focus on what we can do today, right now, and in the future to make the world a better place each and every year going forward. I am wearing an orange shirt, which I have worn many times for many different reasons. And I'm not going to be one of these phony people that just post stuff on Facebook today because it looks trendy. But I want to put it out there. Minority groups, oppressed minority groups, there's so many, and we're often fighting to get a platform, to get our voices heard. And it's really unfortunate when we end up pushing each other out of the way to get access to these limited platforms. I guess what I want to do is say I'm here, I'm willing to talk, I'm willing to listen, and I'm willing to learn. regardless of what people may think of me, or regardless of perhaps things I said or did in the past. I believe strongly in the concept of lifelong learning. And I learn something new every day, and I think it makes me a better person because of it. I also know from first-hand experience as a trans activist what it is like to struggle with systemic oppression and systemic discrimination. I've fought very hard for access to trans human rights, trans healthcare, trans access to employment, and I think those skills can cross over. Last night I attended the Coalition of Disabilities Town Hall. I seriously hurt my knee 3 years ago and the doctors can't seem to fix it, so I am now on the cusp of the disability designation. And I told everyone there tonight, if you need a voice, because not everyone has the privilege to actually stand up, turn on a microphone or turn on a camera, call into a radio talk show, or put something out on social media where lots of people will actually see it. I have reach to a lot of different people. And while I may have been cancelled by a lot of people and a lot of groups out there, there are still those in political circles who still pay attention to me. And if there's anyone out there whose voice is not being heard, if they have some ideas or have some suggestions, or they want to collaborate, specifically if you want to get the attention of government officials, reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let me learn how I can help you. Because that's what I'm all about. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you VOCM for publishing this. I am disturbed by this survey and the results, but that's just a sign we need some more education and awareness about what this is all about and why it's so important. Thanks everyone for listening and watching, and have a great day.